The main thing about my styles is like inclusivity and acceptance. Like I don't want anyone to come into that room and feel like yoga is a specific thing that they don't fit into. My name's Caitlyn. I am from Melbourne, having just arrived in Darwin. I have been teaching yoga for about nearly 5 years, and I've got a new job up here as a case manager, so working kind of in the social work area with women coming out of prison.
Well versed in mind, body and spirit, Caitlyn Taylor has dedicated herself to teaching yoga for the better part of a decade.
It was about 9 years ago, and I was living in Tassie at the time for work. And this girl that I worked with, I really respected her, and she was really into yoga, and she told me to come along. So I first went to this little studio in Hobart. It's really scary going to your first yoga class in a studio because it's so intimidating. It was really nurturing, and it just really worked for me. I think because I'd be really interested in the brain side of it, philosophy and psychology and meditation. So learning the physical stuff just tied it all in. So I was living in London a few years ago now. I just decided to get a job selling yoga pants. It was a really amazing gateway because you could go to yoga for free. I got really differing perspectives, and that it just made me really want to teach, I suppose. The most rewarding thing about teaching yoga, even being in a yoga class and practicing, but teaching it is just another level. Being in a space with so a group of people and not talking and not needing to fill that space. It's amazing, and it's very unique. And when you're kind of curating that as a teacher, directing people and people just willing to be themselves and be in the space and be messy and be okay with that, and me sharing that with them, that's super rewarding.
In addition to finding fulfillment as her students learn to love yoga themselves, Caitlyn also uses her teachings to buck stereotypes and misconceptions that people might have about what it means to go into a yoga class.
The thing I hear all the time is that I can't do yoga, I'm not flexible. Yoga it's got nothing to do with, the way your body can get into a shape. Doing yoga is just being in your body and being present. The main thing about my styles is inclusivity and acceptance. I don't want anyone to come into that room and feel like yoga is a specific thing that they don't fit into. You know what I mean? So I guess my style is very open, and I'm really philosophical. That's what I like about it. I like sharing, about what's going on in the world or what's going on in life and how yoga interacts with that. For me, it's just more people feeling okay rather than this pressure to be better.
Like many Australians, Caitlyn's regular yoga work was severely affected due to the outbreak of COVID-19. But with this frustration, Caitlyn has found herself a new exciting opportunity up in Darwin, where she's currently quarantining for 2 weeks awaiting the start of her new occupation.
I did a couple of Zoom classes or a couple of online classes for another studio, but it's all about the feeling of being with people in that space, and that's completely gone from online. And I'm so lucky because I got this cool new job providing support to women while they're in prison, and then when they come out, my role as case manager will just be setting stuff up and helping them to navigate back into the community. I'm not sure where I'll be come January or February, but I think I'll probably stay in Darwin and hopefully get back into some teaching as well. Yeah.
Next time on the new 9 to 5.
My first game was definitely the biggest highlight. There was 40,000 people, and I just remember that the first goal that was kicked in the game, and it was just the loudest roar, and you just that after a goal is probably the time where you can take it all in, and you just look